let us start with the fact that a self-empowered woman is a person who has their 0-1-year-old attached, panicky, 3 to 7, shame submissive, freeze of all ages, flight 11, 12, and fight 14, 15, 16. Our charged states, our child parts, they're all being led by the prefrontal cortex, the grown-up human being who has an integrated brain, and that's here, your host, and also 5D mystic, enlightenment, functional adult, woo-woo, pseudoscience lady, okay? So integration of the brain, I learned all about this and still am with Daniel Siegel, Mindsight Institute. Okay, so integration, my left mode and your left mode, they're the chit-chat or the verbal part, and it comes online at our ages of 2. And the right mode instead is where I have a window welcome because I didn't have any not securely attached. First year of my life, I have secure attachment. And then as I kept moving forward, my throat, excuse me, as I got to keep moving forward, we're going to have to deal with the throat. I got to keep my 3-year-old. So my 3-year-old stays and stay differentiated. That means my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions. I don't have to explain them in the way that anybody else wants from my herd. My immediate herd, my mother, my twin. Then my younger sister comes along. The father's involved in a very different way, but one consistent contingent communicator is all we need to maintain our innocence, which I personally have to this day. In fact, is why when dealing with unkind, attachment, wounded men behavior, love has not decreased. Those breakups were not in any way, shape, or form addicted in a way of, oh my God, I'm tortured, not even a little bit. Okay, so self-empowered woman has an inner child. We are not on Elsa's journey. We don't even need to go through it. We are very, what's the word? I'm like, wow, I love the Frozen 2, but I already knew that I have. Show yourself, I'm dying to meet you. Yeah, it's me. Duh, hello, I'm living in my head all the time. So I'm not going to make it personal when you break up with me because it's not personal. I don't think it's my fault. I actually know it's not my fault. I just don't know how to break it down to you because what I know is you're a person who's unkind because you don't have what it takes to stay consistent with me. So I know I got a scaredy cat. See, this is where as a teenager, any person who lied to me, I went and said, I want to know why, because I wasn't afraid, because I'm not a 3-year-old who's afraid of asking questions, because I didn't get feared, mongered, or frightened. I didn't get abused. I didn't get neglected. My mother allowed me to ask however many questions I wanted. And if she did get stressed, she repaired it. So I had enough repairs, so I'm not afraid of asking anything. In fact, when you learn about what healthy self-worth people do, thank you, Terry, functional adults, you can ask us anything you want. I mean, people have sat me down. I don't even notice that they're like actually interrogating me because I'm having fun. I'm just a 3-year-old. Okay, so the people who are in 4D land and 3D, they're on Elsa's journey. They do cognitive dissonance, they do structural dissociation, they're codependent types, so they have the most traumatic experiences. They pick a group, so now that the avoidant attachment and anxious, and these are the styles, and the avoidant, fearful, and dismissive, they know all about it. You see the groups, like teenagers, I'm the home king and queen, and we're that group, and then we're the other group, so you see teenagers, when you see them, I know them as Peter Pans with the Lost Boys. Okay, that's not what a 5D mystic, enlightenment, functional adult is. No, we're independent. Self-empowered women, men, days, some are mystics, some are not. Okay, but the thing is we have our emotional accountability, awareness, and we self-regulate. We don't do, I don't want to do personal development. I want to keep being envious and jealous because that's how it works. Mean Girls, Hangover, that's what being a grown-up is all about. Sure, no, it's not. Okay, so once you figure out that you take your childhood with you until you don't, I got attachment trauma informed, so I'm lucky I can explain it. Okay, so integration of the brain. Bilateral integration means that when my mouth is working and my emotions come up, I don't throw it and say they're awful because I don't like them. Okay, so breakups. Let me introduce to you lovely Helen Fisher. I thought of a song, but I can't remember the lyrics, otherwise I would have started singing it to you. I'm sure you all will know the song. It's a famous one. But Helen Fisher, it's an interview on Big Well or Think. I love that channel. In fact, you should follow it if you are interested in educating, expanding. Not all the authors, I will say, are expansive, but they all have great tidbits, because that's the point also. Functional adults. So we have a conversation. It's the adaptive children. It's the Pinocchios with the tails and the ears, and the Cuscos and the Elsas. So let me explain. Those people are not self-empowered. Their badass attitude comes from a fight response of their 16-year-old. That's like a basic. They have trauma memory and trauma charges and other stuff. The brain gets affected due to childhood developmental trauma. The corpus callosum, the prefrontal cortex, the hippocampus, and the connectome. The interconnected connectome is what integrates your brain. Yoga helps people to work these 4 areas. Yoga is a ventral vagal nervous system portfolio of toning exercises. Yoga and mindfulness helps to put into practice the 3 pillars of the mind. That would be focused attention, awareness, and what else was it? Kind intention. I'm a person who likes my teacher, Sue Martin, as she shared the charge states and says neutrality. Because sometimes you're not going to want to do kind intention. You're going to be like, I'm pissed like fuck. I don't want to be kind right now. But you're going to do neutrality, which means equanimity, which means unflappability, which is very easy when you have a whole 3-year-old heart, which is why when I got to present to my BFFF a conversation after I found out about a cheating incident, because as a teenager I didn't know about my opportunity to be polyamorous. Now that I do, it's really cool. But yeah, at that time I just knew of people lying and being unkind, and I knew of it already as fear, because obviously if you lie it means you can't face me. This means you're afraid, and I'm 4'9". I'm gonna laugh about that, but then I'm like, wait, I'm confident. Teenagers aren't. Yeah, that's right, they have low self-esteem. So then you grow up and you see a lot of other people not grow self-esteem or notice anything about how their 3-year-old is still lying. Like the fact that you're going to emotionally not mature, to me, seems quite fascinating. So long story short, I waited 7 days before going to my BFF and then saying, okay, so why'd you lie? And also you and I gossiped and did this thing, which is awful, which I got to learn from. I'll never do again, because you threw somebody else under the bus so that you wouldn't tell me the truth. That's really not nice at all. And now I'm a not nice person, which is also why kindness, I'm not nice. There's some people who I'm sure don't think I'm nice, and I'm not going to try making them believe what I am, because I'm going to see as you walk with me, if you walk a straight line. So any person with attachment wounds, they're not going to walk a straight line. While the individuals who are not self-empowered go around saying, they gaslit me, they ghosted me, look, there's a covert narcissist over there, while that's what teenagers do, a healthy self-worth empowered woman is not going to do any of that. So here's big thing. How to date, mate, and find fulfillment, Helen Fisher and more. You should really, it's a really great one. It was about 26 minutes or something like that. As Helen presents, she says, most people think that sex drive, romantic love, feelings of attachment are phases. And she says they are not. They are brain systems. And then she goes on to explain what these brain systems are and how when we fall in love, this ventral tegmental area is online. And when you get rejected or dumped, that stays online, which is why you stay in love once you've gotten dumped. But also you get activated the nucleus accumbens. So this is where the addiction brain area and the pain brain area of like when you get a toothache. Okay, so she explains how the brain works. As we close on out, what I can tell you about a self-empowered woman, because you have restorative embodiment. So I did not disrupt my mammalian heritage. So I have a good ding, 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 ding bell, which means I know everything my body's speaking to me. And I'm the controller of me because I'm in my prefrontal cortex. I have my higher social engagement system on because I can hear my chit chatter. You can be quiet. Oh, I know what's coming up. I'm going to do neutrality land, which is where Shiva, Kali, and Krishna Lila come in. I'm going to activate. It's going to be okay. Because what happens with the breakup with an emotionally unavailable human being who's already, by the way, being unkind to you, as they basically come in and out of your life, choose to completely ignore the fact that you're telling them how you feel, because that's going to happen. There's going to be, you have no room for me. That's just clear. I hope you get a good therapist, EMDR, child parts work, and somatics, which is what I hope for any of those people on Elsa's journey between men, women, and days who find securely attached people boring, as well as the restorative embodiment. They want to be in their survival mode. No, they don't notice that their brain is working in a way, because if they looked at home, they would see, oh wait, I'm playing out what I did at home. And believe me, it's really sad. Adaptive children, I have them consistently, the codependent types, coming to me as a 5D mystic. and it breaks my heart. But as the therapists say, it's their choice to go on a journey of healing. Tune in.